Good morning, Airsofters. Phil here from the Leicestershire Gun Centre, also known as Leicestershire Airsoft and Leicestershire Air Guns. So today we have a little bit of a blast from the past, and I say that because with all the new products coming out on the market from various brands, manufacturers, there are some models which are still as good today as they were when they first came out, but they sort of get left in the dirt a little bit, you know, because they're old models, they sometimes get forgotten about. So we have here the ARPs, Fire and Ice, which is quite a nice combination. So ARPs were always fantastic, still are fantastic in the CQB environment. So you go to a site which is all nose to nose, and they work really well based on their compact size. You can get around those corners easy enough. You're not going to see 6 foot's worth of barrel coming around the corner before you actually get to, you get your target locked in. Obviously 6 foot, I'm taking the mick, but you get the idea. Fantastic for indoors. They can still be used outdoors thanks to the, quality internals by G&G. They've always been very, very good internally as well as externally. But the ARP9s have always been very popular, even by today's standards. They do the job and they do it well. Now, ARP9, going from one side to the other, and we'll start at the rear. The rifle itself is rear wired, so the battery goes in the rear of the rifle. You've not got a huge amount of space, and really that would be one of my 2 moans about this rifle. I'm left-handed, so I consider it a bit awkward. So you've got this much space to work with. It's enough to get you by, but you have got to keep in mind the wiring and the MOSFET, and I'll go over that shortly. But the wiring and the MOSFET is in here as well. So you do lose a bit of this space due to the wiring in there. But obviously it's still usable. You just got to be careful with your battery. Working forward, you've got your charging handle, usual sort of M4 style. You have got your fire selection, safe, semi, fully auto. Again, fire selection I'll mention in a moment. Working forward further still, you've got your magwell, trigger, your magwell. We do have spare magazines in for it in the 300 round capacity. And working forward further still, you have got a small M-lock handguard. Okay, so you can get yourself some M-lock rails. Bolt those on there if you wanted to pop something else on the side of the rifle or on the underside. So if you wanted to pop on a grip of some sort or a laser, a torch maybe, get your M-lock rails, bolt those on there. You have of course got your rail on the top, so you can straight out of the box pop on a red dot of your choosing. I wouldn't pop anything too big on there, so avoid things like your ACOGs and such. Maybe avoid your 551, 552s especially, because they're going to be, in my opinion, a little bit too big. I just go with something like a standard reflex, maybe a micro dot myself, keep it aesthetically pleasing with the rifle. Now, I've touched on the fire selection and the MOSFET. The MOSFET, which is in the rear, does give you the option to slightly alter your fire selection. It is in the instructions, but if memory serves, it's a case of holding the trigger down for a set amount of time to alter that. So you can get that done as well. Mag release is here, and it is ambidextrous. It's weird, they've got the ambidextrous the ambidextrous mag release, but they've not done an ambidextrous fire selection, which is a shame. If you're going to try and do one, in my opinion, you may as well try and do everything, but it is what it is. I didn't make the rifle. And then you've got the fire red. Now, I think, in my opinion, the fire red is nicer. I think it's got a nicer finish to it. I think the colours certainly stand out a lot more on the fire red. But of course, that's all personal preference as to what colour you prefer. They also do it in a blue, a green, they do an orange. I want to say they do a purple, but I can't remember. But there's a few variations on colours anyway, so should be able to pick one that you like the look of. They're priced at the £280, So they're not your entry-level price point, but then again, they're not an entry-level rifle. So you do certainly get your money's worth. They can also be used with drum magazines as well if you want to, so that's another option. But the G&G ARP9, as I said, comes in various flavours. They've got a lot going for them, so if you do want to pop in and have a look at one, we are open Thursday, Friday, Saturday 10 till 5. They are both on the website as well, so you can have a quick look on there. But yeah, pop in, have a nosy, see what you think to them, and we'll see you soon.